Unbelievable. I mean, uh, Lamido has continued, the former governor of Jigawa State, to speak about Peter Obi. The more they speak about this Peter Obi, the more they don't know that they are making the guy more popular and raising the bar, because Peter Obi is not the only presidential candidate in these very said elections. We have the very heavyweight. The heavyweight meaning that their pockets are really deep. The likes of Asiwaju Ahmed Bola Tinubu and former Vice President Atiku Abubakar. So you call them heavyweights, yes? Moving on from the heavyweights, then we now have, Peter Obi. If you go and listen to him very well, he was busy saving money, while he was Anambra State governor. So you cannot equate him in terms of the heavyweights. But since he got there, Nigerian youth has suddenly find solace in him, and are getting their PVCs and saying, you know what, let's give this man a chance. And all of a sudden, even politicians, everybody cannot stop talking about Peter Obi. And I'm wondering, don't you know, the more you talk about him, the more you're making him more famous, the more you are giving him, more prominence and all that. You understand me now? Let's get all the details. Obi dumped PDP to pursue his personal ambition. Ex-Jigawa governor Lamido blasts Peter, the Labour Party presidential candidate. A former governor of Jigawa State, Alhaji Saliu Lamido, talks to Armstrong about the issues surrounding the PDP presidential primaries, the emergence of Delta State Governor Kowa as the running mate as the running mate of the party flag bearer, Alhaji Atiku Abubakar, for the 2023 presidential election, the grievances of the Rivers State Governor Nyesom Wike, among other issues. You have been in PDP for many years. What conviction have kept you within the party amidst the lingering crisis? One, I am coming from the background that is defined by political ideology, briefing, convenience, and my ideas of what a party man is by the late Malam Menu of Kanu. So, in our tendencies, there is no running away. As you can see, we stand for what it is. There is no hesitation about what we can do or what we don't do. It is simply because we are convinced, committed. We are convinced, committed, and we are equal to the task, and the task we must complete. We are totally working for what we feel, and our human feeling and everything is for this. So this is what we stand for now. Those who should be able to help those that are not healthy in the party should help them, take care of those who are not healthy, and capture our human essence and ensure that our politics is defined and we know what we want. Within the emergence of the new Nigerian People Party, do you think the block votes that your party usually gets from the north will be the same? He said, look, I don't have time to discuss such political parties and the emergence and all that is going on with everything happening right now. About 4 months ago, 4 months ago, we are not known. They were not known in Nigeria. How do you want me to start discussing it? How? I don't think I will ever define it correctly. It will be my personal opinion. I have no time for that, because political matter, I think, comes in handy, and when the time is right, we will settle what is necessary. You and other core members of the PDP recommended Governor Nyesom Wike as the vice presidential candidate. Yet the Delta State counterpart Okowa was chosen. Considering this has created crisis, do you think the PDP presidential candidate will be able to mend the fence he has broken? Let me tell you that Atiku, who won the presidential primaries, cannot claim a monopoly over what is called the PDP. Making him the candidate does not mean he owns the party. He doesn't own it, or anyone owns the party, but it has Nigerian ownership. So if anybody aspires for any position in the party, it does not make him the owner of the party. He's just privileged to be the aspirant and the party flag bearer and within the party at this point in time. So the idea that somebody will claim the owner of the party even does not arise at all. The PDP has been there before all of them came. So I know what I'm talking about. It is the PDP that made them. So they cannot go ahead and turn the party upside down. When asked about Peter Obi, he said Peter Obi is a man who left other parties to pursue his own political idea and agenda, and he does not trust him at all. He will not encourage Nigerians to go ahead and to support Peter Obi because he's a man who is pursuing his own personal ambition and agenda, not because he's sure that he can deliver or bring Nigeria to that very desired position. Peter Obi is a man who Nigerians must look at and must be sure what they want. They cannot continue to just speak aimlessly without understanding what the real matter is. Peter Obi is pursuing his own ideas and what he wants, not because he cares about Nigerians. Well, that's what the former governor of Jigawa State has to say about Peter Obi. He feels very strongly that Peter Obi is pursuing his own personal ambition, is pursuing his own personal agenda, and he's not speaking in terms of Nigerians. He's just doing his own thing. But can that be true? Because like I earlier reiterated, Peter Obi has suddenly become the very voice, because all of a sudden everybody's talking about Peter Obi. And the truth of the matter is that the more they talk about Peter Obi, the more this man become more prominent, the more this man become a force to be reckoned with. They don't even know what they are doing. They don't even have a clue, that you're making him more prominent, you're making him, more and more, more known. Okay, so I don't understand it at all. I'm trying to really understand what Peter Obi has done. He said Peter Obi left one party. Is he the first person to leave one party? They've been living from party to party. That's what they do. Okay, they've been living from one party to party. That's what they do. That's how they roll. They move from one party to the other. So what do you think will change immediately? Do you think one thing will suddenly change all of a sudden? I don't think so. I don't think something will suddenly change. Okay? I don't think something will suddenly change. Peter Obi, yes, he said he left AGPA and he went to PDP and now left PDP. He's now in LP. I mean, I know that because Peter Obi is a presidential candidate. Femi Fani-Kayode left APC to PDP, from PDP to APC, APC to PDP, back again to, he's going back and forth. That's just one name amongst others. So do you understand? When people begin to take, again, it's not just Peter Obi's fault or any one politician's fault. You know why? That's how they rule. Nigerian politics is not defined. And for the fact that, one person has moved from one party to the other, that's Nigerian politics for you. It's still not yet been defined. There is no real definition to say this is where Nigerian politics is headed. There is no that definition clear-cut right now. However, this guy is on Peter Obi saying that Peter Obi has not done well. Leave us a comment. Bye for now.